Ma'am, my uncle has put something on the webcam. So, ma'am, he has told me not to remove it
Oh,
because he does his office work on this laptop.
got it, dear, got it. Okay. So we have to start with the chapter microorganism, friends and food. Do you have your exam?
Yes, ma'am, on 6th of July.
On 6th of July, you have your exam.
6th or 8th. I don't really remember.
So you are getting this chapter and you
Yes, ma'am, only this chapter.
Aman, do you know about microorganisms? Let's make this class interactive. Okay. So
Okay, ma'am.
do you know something about microorganisms? What
The
are these?
microorganisms. Ma'am, some microorganisms are harmful to us and some are not. Ma'am, there are lots of kinds of microorganisms. Ma'am, like ma'am, some are algae, bacteria, and ma'am,
Yes.
there are a
Okay,
lot of
what do you mean by
microorganisms in the
micro?
world. Micro, ma'am, small.
Yes. Micro, these are the small organisms. Why they are considered as small or micro? Because we can't see them through our naked eyes. Okay? We can't see them through our naked eyes. But they can be observed under the microscope. Okay?
Ma'am,
That's why
any,
we are calling
ma'am,
them as, sorry,
ma'am, any object that can be seen under microscope, only under microscope, ma'am, that can also be called as something as micro.
sorry, I'm not getting you, Aman.
Ma'am, like if any object can only be seen with a microscope and not with anything else, like not with a naked eye or anything else. So, ma'am, it can also be called
No, no, no.
something as micro.
Small things asking, I'm telling you about the organisms. Okay? Micro, we are calling them just because they can be seen under the microscope. Okay?
Okay,
Are
ma'am.
you able to see the bacteria with your naked eyes?
No, ma'am.
No, but you can observe this under the microscope. Okay, so there are
Okay,
certain
ma'am.
organisms, there are certain pathogens. Okay, what are pathogens? Do you know about it, Aman?
Ma'am, pathogens, ma'am, that enter our body.
Yes, they enter into our body and can cause the infection. So those pathogens you will be only able to see when you have a microscope kind of thing or a camera. Okay, which
Yes.
can see the micro objects. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So microorganisms are the organisms that are too small to be seen by the naked eye, especially a single-celled organism. What do you mean by single-celled organism?
Ma'am, single celled organism. Ma'am, I don't remember.
So Aman, there are two types of like on the basis of cell, you have classification as unicellular, okay, and you have multicellular. These are the organisms which are unicellular. Unicellular meaning made up of only one cell or the single cell. Okay. While multicellular are made up of many cells. Okay. See, we are also the organisms and our body is composed of the cells. Cells are the basic fundamental unit of life. Do you know about it?
Yes, ma'am.
Aman, are you not concentrating there?
No, ma'am, I am.
So I am asking that are we not composed of cells? We are
Yes,
made
ma'am.
up of which type of cells? Multi or unicellular?
Ma'am, multi.
Yes, because our body is complex. Humans have a complex body, complex organization, and
Yes.
our
Ma'am,
body
your voice is
is
cutting.
composed of or made up of multi cells. Because
Hello.
my
Ma'am,
voice is breaking. I think Aman, it's a connectivity issue from your end here. Can you please join the meeting one more time?
okay, ma'am.
If I'm audible to you, please join the meeting one more time. Okay? I think this can fix the issue. Then.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Am I audible to you clearly now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I was saying that multicellular are the organisms that are composed of many cells, as we humans. So why we are composed of multi cells? Because these cells perform the specific function into our body. Okay. While
Yes, ma'am.
the organisms with which we will deal in this chapter, those are composed of single cell. Okay. That
Hmm.
means all their body functions are being performed by the single cell unit. Got it?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Have you understood the difference between uni and multi? Uni means
Yes,
one
ma'am.
body is composed of only one cell. I can give the example of amoeba also. Have you heard about amoeba?
Yes, ma'am. Aminu.
That is a single celled organism. Okay.
Okay,
Similarly,
ma'am.
all these groups. Okay, now we are talking about microorganisms, but there are like four groups in which your microorganisms are classified. So they are classified into bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and algae. This question can be asked you multiple times, okay, in your school
Hmm.
exam also, or in your
Yes, ma'am.
like higher classes also. So how many groups do we have? We have bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and algae. So whatever microorganism is there, they will be considered under these major groups. Okay.
Hmm. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so if I talk about bacteria, man, so spiral bacteria, the bacteria are named according to their shape. Okay, so spiral bacteria meaning they have a spiral shape. If you can observe,
Example, ma'am. Spirogyra.
spirogyra.
Yes, ma'am.
Spirogyra, is it a bacteria?
So, ma'am, they are in spiral shape. So, ma'am, can't it
No,
be
no,
a
no,
bacteria?
no, 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 dear, no. Not all things are spiral. See, spiral bacteria is a bacteria. See, there are classification under the bacteria also, and those classification are based on the shapes only. Let's say if I talk about spiral bacteria. So this is a bacteria that is having a spiral shape. Okay, if you can observe, these images are found under the microscope. These are microscopic images. And if I talk about rod shaped bacteria, so if you can observe, this is the shape of the bacteria. Is it not like a rod?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
That's why it is a rod shaped bacteria. Fine. Then another group is protozoa. Okay. Then we'll
Yes,
talk
ma'am.
about,
Amoeba.
yeah, then we'll talk about red, brown, and green algae. Okay, where did you found the algae? Amaan, have you seen algae?
Ma'am, in water or ma'am on hard surfaces like rock or
Yeah,
trees.
wherever there is moist surface, so you can find a
Yes, ma'am.
green coating. Yes, onto the branches also. Can you give me just 1 minute, Amaan?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Amaan.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Yes. Sorry. So, have you seen algae on the bark or like branches? The green
Yes,
coating.
ma'am.
That is due to the moisture. Fine. So under algae also you have red, brown, green. They are based on the colors also. Then we have fungi.
Ma'am,
Okay.
ma'am, there are many kinds of algae, right, ma'am? Like Spirogyra is an
Yes.
algae.
Yes.
And ma'am, one more, ma'am, Chlamydomonas or Domonos,
Your
something.
voice is very low, Aman. Can you please speak a
Ma'am,
little bit loud?
Chlamydomonas. That is also an algae, right?
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Don't worry, we'll discuss all the terms under these groups. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So we have algae, fungi. Okay. Viruses are also microscopic. So they reproduce only inside the cell of the host organism, which may be a bacterium, plant, or animal. Okay. virus is also a kind of a group only. Okay, but viruses don't reside individually, okay, or independently. Fine. Viruses are in association to the body of the host. Okay, what is host?
Ma'am, host like
Do
ma'am.
you know, man?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, like
What is
algae
host?
and fungi, ma'am, they make a symbiotic relationship, and one is the host, and the other is like the parasite. So, ma'am, there
Yes.
is a
So
relationship
host is,
between
yeah,
them
yeah,
from which
exactly.
one gives shelter and food.
Yes, exactly. Yes, host is something which is providing the shelter, okay, or
Yes, ma'am.
where that particular microorganism or group is residing. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
as in the case of, let's say, if I say um, female Anopheles mosquito. Yes, have you heard about it?
No, ma'am.
No. See, that causes malaria. Okay, so for that fly, the host is the human.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
have you understood this, Amaan, up till now? Any doubt?
No, ma'am, no doubts.
If you can observe, these are the structures for the viruses. This is the 2D structure, and other one is the 3D structure. Okay, what are DNA and protein?
Ma'am, DNA and protein.
These are the genetic materials. Okay,
Oh, okay, ma'am.
so within the virus, there is DNA, and the body also has the proteins. And if you will see it under 3D, so it has a head, collar, and a tail. Then it has long tail fibers and base plate. Okay, this is the structure for the virus.
Hmm.
Aman, uh,
Yes, ma'am.
should I share you these slides or do you want to write it right now?
Ma'am, you can share me.
Because I have to complete this and this chapter is big. So, okay, just write 4 groups. Okay, just write in your notebook there are 4 groups so that would be able to remember, okay, what we are
Okay,
exactly
ma'am.
doing. Just write the name of the 4 groups.
Ma'am, I'm writing it.
Please let me know once you write it.
Okay, ma'am.
Any doubt up till now in any of the line?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, written. Ma'am, written.
Now let's come on to, where do microorganisms live? Do you have any idea about it, Aman?
Oh, yes,
Where
ma'am.
do they live?
Ma'am, they can live in all kind of environment, ma'am, like even if it's cold, or ma'am, even if
Sorry?
it's hot, even if it's in a desert, or ma'am, even inside of bodies of humans, animals, plants, ma'am, they can live anywhere.
Yes. Because you can't see them. Okay. So since they are single-celled organisms, bacteria, algae, and protozoa, or there are algae and fungi which are multicellular, so they can survive under any condition, under any environment. Okay, it could be ice cold climate also, to hot springs also, or deserts to the marshlands. They
Yes,
can
ma'am.
survive at any temperature and they can survive in every environment. Okay, these
Okay, ma'am.
microorganisms.
Ma'am, even
Okay.
without oxygen.
Yes, there are bacteria that anaerobic bacteria are there. So have you heard about cyanobacteria?
Ma'am, what?
Cyanobacteria is one kind of bacteria that can survive without oxygen.
Oh, ma'am, I didn't know.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So yeah, they, as you said, they can also live inside the bodies of the other organisms, including humans. We can give the example of viruses. Okay, in this, and they, some forms exist freely in the environment. Fine. And
Yes, ma'am.
microorganisms such as amoeba can live unknown, while fungi and bacteria may live in colonies.
Ma'am,
What do you
fungi
mean by
bacteria
colonies?
have to live in colonies, ma'am, like together, ma'am, in big groups, ma'am, because they have to depend on each other for shelter or for food. But ma'am, amoeba can produce its own food.
Yes, exactly. All the life processes can take place within the single-celled amoeba, but fungi bacteria needs an association. Okay,
Yes.
so they can live in colonies also. Got it? Yes, Amaan.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, microorganisms and us. What do you mean by this?
Ma'am, I told at the start of the meeting, ma'am, that some are harmful to us and some can cause diseases, but some are useful to us.
Okay. Have you heard that some bacteria are not harmful? They are required by the body.
Yes, ma'am.
What are those bacteria? Where are they present in our body?
Ma'am, uh, ma'am, like when we drink milk, ma'am, there is lactose in milk, and ma'am, that is also a
Curd.
microorganism. So, ma'am, that
Yes.
is also present in our body.
Lactobacillus. Lactobacillus. That is a bacteria. Okay. Also, for digestion, for the gut health, you need bacteria. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it?
Ma'am, there is also yeast in our body, right?
Yeast is used for baking beer.
Yes, ma'am.
That is
Alcohol, ma'am, that I
artificially
know.
added. Yes, alcohol also. That is
Yes,
used for
ma'am.
the fermentation of grapes.
Ma'am, also in sourdough, it's used.
Yes. For baking purpose only, for the fluffiness. Okay,
Hmm.
you need yeast.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so friendly microorganisms, as we have discussed it right now, friendly microorganisms that are produced from the curd, bread, and cake. Okay, sorry, those are used in the production of curd, bread, and cake. Okay,
Okay,
microorganisms
ma'am.
are required for making up of these things. Okay, they are used for the production of alcohol since ages. Yes,
Ma'am, like it depends on how long you have put the
yes,
yeast in the alcohol for, the more it tastes good.
exactly. So these are the uses of your microorganisms. Fine. Also, they are
Ma'am,
used for cleaning up the environment as composers. Okay, what do you mean by composers?
ma'am, those who like compose something, ma'am, like vultures, ma'am, they eat dead bodies of some animals and humans, and ma'am, they are also called composers. So, ma'am, bacteria or animals like that are called composers.
Yes, very good. So let's say if there is any organic waste in the environment, okay, so it can be broken down, okay, using the bacteria. They can be
Yes,
broken down into soil also
composers.
using the bacteria. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, in agricultural fields, they are used to increase soil fertility by fixing the
Ma'am,
nitrogen.
because yes, ma'am. Ma'am, like in some one plant, ma'am, which is a saprotroph, ma'am, pitcher plant, ma'am, he traps the insects, and ma'am, then ma'am, doing some kind of process, ma'am, it gets nitrogen.
Yes. Okay, what are saprotrophs, Aman?
Ma'am, saprotrophs are those who like depend on others.
Yes. On the dead and decaying matters. It
Yes,
is
ma'am.
a type of heterotrophic mode of nutrition
Yes, ma'am.
where
Like, and it is
organisms
different
can't
from
make.
those who make their own food. When ma'am, those who can't make their own food, like the pitcher plant, ma'am, it depends on others,
It
other
traps
things.
the insects. Yes, absolutely correct. Now, what could be the commercial use of microorganisms? Commercial meaning over the large scale. Okay, so it is already mentioned for making alcohol, wine, and acetic acid. This we use at our homes. Vinegar. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So for commercial production of alcohol and wine, Yeast is grown on natural sugars. You need yeast for the production of alcohol and wine. So where it is produced, your yeast is grown onto the natural sugars present in the grains like barley, wheat, rice, crushed fruit juices. From here you can grow the yeast for making alcohol and wine. Okay, these
Okay.
this question can be asked in your school exam also, Amaan, that what could be the uses of microorganisms,
Yes,
or
ma'am.
in which
Ma'am, can
form
you
they
share
can be
this
harmless.
PDF with
Yes,
me? Can you share this PDF with me?
yes,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
can share you this PDF, Amaan, but what you have to do is, sorry, yes,
Yes, ma'am. What do I have to do?
what you have to do is, today whatever I am teaching you, okay, you have to read it from the book. This PDF I will
Okay.
share you after ending of this chapter. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
If it
Okay,
ends
ma'am.
today, I'll share you this. But if it doesn't end today, I would be needing one more class to end it. So I will share it after the final class. But whatever I am teaching on the day, you have to read everything from your textbook. It's all
Okay,
given
ma'am.
clearly in your textbook. Okay. So I
Okay, ma'am.
want you to inculcate the habit of reading the book. It's easy for me. I can share you this. These all notes are from your book. But I just want you to read it from there. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Mark those points which you have learned today.
Mm. Okay, ma'am.
Your microorganisms can be used for medicine purpose also. Okay. Where
Mm.
can you give me an example for this? This is very like
Ma'am, like in ma'am, when we ma'am, like if we don't want to catch any disease like chicken pox or ma'am malaria or
you
dengue,
would be
ma'am, we
needing
get
it in the,
injections,
yeah,
ma'am, which are
exactly.
like with weakened microorganisms, and ma'am, they go into our body, and ma'am, they awaken the like what do we say, ma'am, the cells, the weakened cells, and ma'am, then they fight that weakened microorganisms, and ma'am, whenever we catch any other disease of the vaccine we took, like if we catch the disease of the vaccine, for
Can
example,
I
chicken pox.
say the case of immunity, vaccination and
Yes, ma'am.
immunity?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it's exactly the same. So your medicine purpose is the important one is antibiotic tablets. Yes. So these microorganisms can be used for making these drugs. Okay. For example, penicillin. This is PENICILLIN. Only one is
Yes,
used over
ma'am.
here. Okay.
Ma'am,
So
also
penicillin,
some streptomycin and other things also.
yes, streptomycin and all of them are the antibiotics. Clarithromycin, streptomycin, okay, penicillin, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
These are the microorganisms. Okay. These are made by the microorganisms only.
Ma'am,
Okay,
crocin also.
crocin is a paracetamol.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Paracetamol is used for reducing the pain in the joints and for the fever purpose. Paracetamol is there.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Antibiotic is particularly used for killing the growth of the bacteria inside your body.
Ma'am, like
Okay.
taking too much antibiotics can also
They
cause
can kill
something
the
bad,
gut
ma'am.
bacteria also. Yes, they can kill
Yes,
the
ma'am.
gut bacteria. Always antibiotic is given with the probiotic. Okay. Why probiotic
Mm.
is given? For the purpose of easy digestion of the food in your body. Whenever a doctor gives an antibiotic to any patient, he or she must give the probiotic. If the
Oh,
antibiotic is for the prolonged use. Okay. A probiotic
okay,
is
ma'am.
given with it for improving the gut health. Otherwise, antibiotic can kill the good bacteria also, and it can disrupt the digestion process in your body. Got it?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So your medicines are produced from the bacteria and fungi. Okay. What's the now we are talking about the use of these antibiotics. As I said, they are produced from the bacteria and fungi to kill or stop the growth of disease causing microorganisms. So whenever there is bacterial infection inside your body, okay, or any fungal infection in your body, so antibiotics are given. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
The use for, yeah. As you said, streptomycin, tetracycline, erythromycin. This erythromycin is usually used in the cases of tonsillitis. Do you know what is tonsillitis?
Tonsils.
Yeah, inflammation of the tonsils that are over here in
Ma'am,
the
I
neck.
have it. Ma'am, I have tonsils. Ma'am, very
You
bad.
have a problem of tonsillitis. See, tonsils are present in your body only. Okay, but inflammation of your tonsils leads to tonsillitis, and for that you consume erythromycin. Okay, now whenever you get this and you eat the medicine or you take the medicine, always check the salt for it. It could be azithromycin also, erythromycin also. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the bacteria for killing the growth of the bacteria and fungi. These antibiotics are used. Okay. These
Yes,
are the
ma'am.
same points only. You can skip. They are obviously they are given by the qualified doctors only. Okay. Also, your this is for the use of the animals. Antibiotics are added with the feed of livestock and poultry for checking the microbial infection in animals. So you are using the you are not using for you are not only using the antibiotic for the humans, you are using it for other animals also for checking the microbial infection. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Also, microorganisms are used to control many plant diseases. Okay. Got it? Any doubt up till
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
Amaan?
No, ma'am.
Everything clear to you? Because
Yes,
this I
ma'am.
will ask in your next class. So come prepared. That's why I'm
Okay,
asking
ma'am.
you to read everything from the book. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, you can
Fine.
take my test, ma'am. I don't have a problem with that.
That I'll that I'll take, don't worry, after completing the chapter only that I can take. But
Ma'am, tomorrow
for
also
you
we'll have a
also to go
class.
and read it from the book. I don't know dear when let me see. I think today only or it will require time for the next class also. I'll try to cover more from this. Okay. But if it is left, so I would be needing one more class to complete it because you are not writing it now. Otherwise, it would have taken more time.
Ma'am, I actually
Since it,
do have all the notes and question answers of this.
okay, so those are from your school only.
No, ma'am. From my side also and from the school also.
You have made your notes in the book.
Yes, ma'am. I
From
have
where
made
else?
my notes from the book also and from the assignment booklet also questions. And ma'am, I have done all other things for this chapter.
Then it's very good, dear. Then it's very good. You can prefer your notes. These are from the book only. These lines or points are from the book. Okay, that's why I have asked you to do it from there. Okay.
Ma'am, like vaccine, ma'am, this is written in points, but ma'am, in my notes, ma'am, I have written in a full answer like a vaccine is a disease-causing microbe, but in a way of weak or dead cells. When a disease-carrying microbe and can enter our the body produces antibodies to fight the invader. The body also fights the
Exactly.
microbe if it enters. If the dead microbes are entered into a healthy body, the body produces suitable antibodies to fight bacteria and invaders.
Okay, Aman, this what you are telling me is the working of the vaccine. Once injection is given into your body, so you are telling me the mechanism how it works. Okay, that is
Yes,
about
ma'am.
the vaccine only. So let's do this also. So why why the children are vaccinated? Can you tell me?
Ma'am, the children are vaccinating so that, ma'am, their body produces antibodies so that, ma'am, if the virus can enter again, but in a strong
Okay,
way.
can I say
Because, ma'am,
any antigen enters into their body?
yes, ma'am,
Do you know what is antigen?
anti
Antigen and antibody.
antigen. No, ma'am, I don't know.
Yes. See, dear, antigens are there in your body. That's why antigens are injected. Okay. whatever you are telling me, the pathogen that has entered into the body of the children, or to prevent, antigens are there into the body for which antibodies are made or antibodies are injected till their growth. Okay, there is a outer covering with these onto these antigens where your antibody can bind and destroy them. Okay, this is the exact mechanism for vaccine. Okay,
Okay, ma'am. Yes.
antibodies are injected artificially or antibodies are made by your body. Okay, to fight against the antigen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's talk about now about vaccine. So whenever any pathogen or the disease carrying microbe enters the body, okay, so antibiotics which are given, okay, so they will be produced by our body to fight with the invader. Now, for this you must know about the innate and the active or the passive immunity. Do you know about it, dear?
Can you repeat?
Active and passive immunity.
Passive. What, ma'am?
Do you know about immunities?
Immunity disease.
Yes, or immunity.
Immunity. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what do you mean by immunity?
Ma'am, like preventing anything to happen. Like, ma'am, basically immortal to something.
See, immunity is the efficiency of your body as fight the pathogen that is entering. Okay, it can be produced by your body also, or it if it is not sufficient to fight against the microbe, so immunity is given via injection. Okay, as we are saying it to be vaccine to fight against those microbes. Okay, so as
Okay,
I
ma'am.
said, whenever any pathogen enters into your body, that is in the form of antigen. Okay, so
Okay, ma'am.
antibodies are produced by your body in response to them or to fight them or kill them. Getting it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Get it.
And if one the pathogen has entered and the infection has completely gone, or the growth of that particular bacteria or microorganism has been killed. But if again it is entering into your body via any medium, okay, so your body would be like it would recognize that pathogen very easily because it has already entered once into your body and antibodies are made
Hmm.
against that. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so your mic so your body would know how to fight against those microbes. Now,
Okay,
the
ma'am.
exact definition for vaccine is if dead or weakened microbes are injected in a healthy body, the body fights and kills them by producing suitable antibodies. As I have already explained you, the mechanism is based on the production of the antibodies only. Okay? So, but here the dead or weakened microbes are injected in your vaccine, okay, to fight against that. Here, your normal body mechanism is not fighting against, it's not sufficient or it's not enough to kill the growth of that pathogen. That's why vaccine is given artificially for making the antibody.
Yes,
Got it?
ma'am. Got it.
So antibodies, they remain in the body for protecting the disease causing microbes. This is how vaccine works. Any doubt in this?
No, ma'am.
So for the disease such as cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, hepatitis, vaccination is given to prevent them. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
got it? Okay.
Got it, ma'am.
Do you want to see a video for the vaccination, how it works?
No, no,
Should I
ma'am. It's all right, ma'am.
sorry?
No, ma'am. It's all right, ma'am. We can move on.
Okay, so it's clear to you.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have done about the humans. Okay, we have done about the body of the animals. Now the use of those microorganisms in increasing the soil fertility. Okay, so
Okay, ma'am.
bacteria and blue-green algae, they are used for increasing the fertility of the soil by fixing the nitrogen. The mechanism for increasing the soil fertility is by fixing the nitrogen. Okay. From where they are fixing it? It is fixing from the atmosphere to enrich the soil with nitrogen.
Yes, ma'am.
Hence, these organisms are known as biological nitrogen fixers
Nitrogen
or
fixers.
nitrogen, yeah, or the nitrogen
Ma'am, it
fixation
is some,
bacteria.
ma'am, like
Okay.
it can also be directly converted by rain also, right? Ma'am, it is easier then when it's like
Sorry,
raining or
Aman,
thunderstorm. Ma'am, like the
you are not audible to me clearly.
ma'am, like the blue-green
Can you
algae
repeat
or the
one more time
nitrogen.
what you said? Yes.
Ma'am, I was
Okay.
saying that the blue-green algae or the nitrogen-fixing bacteria, ma'am, first they convert it into rhizobium, and ma'am, then there are several processes done, and ma'am, then it's converted into nitrogen,
Yes.
and ma'am, then the nitrogen
Yes.
remains constant in the atmosphere because once it is converted, it is also converted back into nitrogen, and ma'am, it is done easier when
Yes.
it is raining or it has been a thunderstorm.
Hello. The mic is
But
off,
I
dear.
have Ma'am, isn't it easier when it rains?
Have you heard about rhizobium?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
What's that?
Rhizobium, ma'am, it's like when this bacteria, the blue-green algae or the nitrogen fixing bacteria, ma'am, it
Yes, it's
converts
a
the
nitrogen
nitrogen
fix.
into rhizobium.
So, see, for conversion, you need these microorganisms. It cannot be directly taken.
I'm not saying, ma'am, I'm not saying that it can be directly done by rain, but it is easier in rain.
It is easier in.
Rain to convert nitrogen into rhizobium.
You are saying that it is easier to convert what?
To convert nitrogen into rhizobium during rain.
How?
Mom, I have seen a video of it.
It's okay. What's the significance for the rain?
Ma'am, can I just see my notes?
No, I am asking, as you said that it is easier to fix during the rain. What's the significance of rain in that?
Ma'am, like there's some kind of ma'am,
That you saw in a video?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you share me that video after the class? Because I have
I
not seen
don't,
something like that.
ma'am, like
And
rain can't directly make it easier to convert nitrogen into by rhizobium bacteria into some kind of ammonia or something like that. But ma'am, it can indirectly, ma'am, like do something. Ma'am, like rhizobium, ma'am, you have heard about it, right? And it lives in the leguminous plants and ma'am
yes,
converts atmospheric nitrogen into
nitrogen. Yes,
something ammonia, and ma'am then it is used by the plant. So
yes,
ma'am,
yes.
rain can improve this nitrogen fixation by rhizobium, ma'am, the creation of nitrogen by rhizobium. Ma'am, like it can create some
You are saying that it
optimal
can directly fix it.
moisture.
Moisture
Ma'am,
can
like
directly fix it.
rhizobium. Yes, ma'am. Rhizobium by creating, ma'am, it can help rhizobium by creating optimal moisture.
Okay.
And ma'am, it
Uh,
can also potentially increase the like availability of other things like the nutrients, minerals needed for this process. Like, ma'am, Moisture, ma'am, you understand in this process that ma'am moisture is needed, and ma'am, rhizobium can do it easily with rain.
Okay, Aman, this I will check. This is something very interesting. I have not seen it before. Can you share me the video after the class? First,
Ma'am,
I'll
I
check
don't
everything on
have the
this.
video, but ma'am, ma'am, how can I share screenshots?
No screen. You can share the video directly to the team. They'll share it to me.
Uh, Ma'am, like I don't have the video, but ma'am, I have seen in my school, ma'am. My teacher showed it to us, ma'am, like how nitrogen is converted
Can
into
be
ammonia
fixed
by
with the
rhizobium.
rain. Okay. How nitrogen can be fixed with the rain directly.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Direct,
This
not
I will.
directly, ma'am, but indirectly. But ma'am, it can help a lot in that process.
Okay. This I will check, Aman, because I have not seen something like that. This
Ma'am,
I
it is
will
an
check.
interesting topic, and ma'am,
Yes.
when lightning strikes, ma'am, it is even a lot easier.
Okay. This is really interesting. I will check it and then I'll tell you in the next class. What's the
Ma'am, I have
reason
studied
behind it?
on this personally.
Because you have said that rain is helpful in that. But how? What's the logic behind it? That how the rain is helping in doing such process? That I'll check. Okay. So I'll tell you
Ma'am,
in the
like
next class.
moisture, ma'am, it helps something.
Yeah, that helps something. I'll check. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Because
I'll
if
tell you the whole thing tomorrow, ma'am. I'll research more on it. Ma'am,
because
I have
if
the
you
whole
have
thing
found
written with
something,
myself. Ma'am,
sorry.
I have the whole thing written. I wrote it in one of my notebook, but ma'am, I can't find the notebook.
Okay. Then check it and share me. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
I'll also check it. This is interesting. Are you involved in doing researches?
Some researchers like ma'am, some mysterious thing, some urban things,
You
and
are
ma'am,
having
something.
interest in doing the research.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's a great thing, dear. It will be helpful in your higher classes. I also have an
Ma'am,
interest in
I'm
doing researches.
also going through some websites, and ma'am, I'm thinking of creating one for people who like researching.
That's a great thing, dear. It will be helpful. Keep those researches with you. Okay. Try to figure out things from them. Okay.
Hmm. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So we have discussed that it is used for increasing the soil fertility. Yes.
Hmm.
Now,
Yes, ma'am.
thirdly, it can be used for cleaning the environment. This we have discussed.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, how this can,
Composers.
yeah, in the form of composers. So, um, this can be used for making the manures. Okay. Now, how the manures can be made? Waste of plant, vegetables, and
Ma'am,
fruits
even our
only
kitchen
material.
waste, ma'am, anything, ma'am, like
Yes.
bones, peels of bananas, anything, ma'am.
Yes. So all of them. What's the Can
Ma'am,
you tell me one difference
biodegradable
between?
waste.
Yeah. Can you tell me a difference between fertilizer and manure?
Ma'am, fertilizer and manure.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Fertilizers are
manure is like, ma'am, it can be,
organically. It can be made
yes, ma'am, it
organically.
can be organically made, and ma'am, like it can be
Fertilizers
made.
are
Fertilizers are
made
really
with
different
pure
from manure.
chemicals. Sorry.
Ma'am, like fertilizers are, manure is organic, and ma'am, fertilizers are made of like nitrogen,
Synthetically, they
potassium.
can be made. Simply, if
Yes,
we
ma'am.
say they are synthetically made in the factory and they are the chemicals. Yes,
Ma'am, it
fertilizer.
also affects on the soil, ma'am. Manure
Yes,
improves the soil structure, but ma'am, like fertilizers, they can provide a boost of nutrients for plants, and ma'am, it can also harm the soil, ma'am. That's some problem in fertilizer.
excessive use because they are ultimately the chemicals.
Yes, ma'am. But
They
manure
can
is
reduce the
naturally
soil
grown.
fertility also.
Yes, ma'am.
Excessive use of fertilizers since they are synthetic chemicals, so they can hinder the soil fertility also.
Ma'am, it can also do pollution or water pollution, ma'am. I don't
Exactly.
remember.
There will be excessive water logging.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? So your manures are made organically, okay, with the waste of plants, vegetables, and fruits. Okay. So now they are
Yes, ma'am.
telling the process of making it. So they can be put into a pit, okay, or the waste disposal. After some time, it is decomposed by the microorganisms. So how the microorganisms are acting as the cleaners of the environment, okay? And these
Yes, ma'am.
organisms, after decomposing, they convert it to the manure, okay? And by this process, your environment is clean. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Now, another interesting topic is harmful microorganisms. This must be like interesting topic because harmful microorganisms can cause the diseases.
Ma'am,
Okay?
bread mold.
Yes. So, as I said, disease causing microorganisms are known as the pathogens. Pathogens enter into the body and they can cause the disease. Okay. Now, how they can enter? Yeah, food,
Ma'am, via
clothing,
water or food.
contamination, food and water contamination.
Ma'am, I've seen in one, ma'am, on Google, ma'am, I've seen that, ma'am, once a man did an experiment, ma'am, left a blazer in a transparent packet and, ma'am, put it in a hanger, but, ma'am, he left it in front of the sun. So, ma'am, it was facing the sun. And after, ma'am, some days, ma'am, like 30, 40, 50, ma'am, it just ruined the blazer completely, ma'am. Ma'am, there
Okay,
were like
they
patches, or ma'am,
yes,
it was becoming colorless.
because there was no air, dear. There
Yes,
was
ma'am.
no
But
air.
ma'am,
Yeah, and the
when he tested it with
microorganisms,
not the transparent one, with the colored one, ma'am, it didn't happen. It only happened with the transparent one.
because what happens is the reason. Can you tell me the reason behind it? Then
Yes,
I'll
ma'am,
tell
ma'am,
you.
because during the transparent one, ma'am, the sunlight is directly facing the blazer,
Yes,
and ma'am, from
exactly,
that, ma'am, some microbes can enter through that.
exactly.
So, ma'am, it is ruining that blazer.
And with the color, your color can absorb more heat. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
your
Yes,
all
ma'am.
the heat was absorbed in the color that packet was having. Otherwise,
Yes, ma'am.
for the transparent, your bacterias, there were some bacteria or microorganisms that can grow into the extreme heat also. So that spoiled or ruined the blazer. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So Aman, this we'll do in the next class. Okay, this diseases because this is important and
Ma'am,
many
can you
questions can be
share
asked.
this in the chat box, ma'am, because I'll check through it, ma'am, if there is something different from the book in this.
There is something different from the what
Different, ma'am, like different from my notes or different from my book, ma'am, I'll do it.
whatever you have done extra that you are telling me.
No, ma'am, I'm saying that can you share this PDF so I can check that if there is anything different from my notes or from the book. So, ma'am, if there is anything
Sure,
different, then I'll do it.
sure. I'll share you this video.
Okay,
But
ma'am.
after this class, you have to write these things also. Okay, in your rough notebook.
Yes, ma'am.
Or
Okay,
check
ma'am.
it if anything is skipped because we have not completed the whole chapter. So check it
Mm,
that whether any topic is left or not, whether we have not done any topic in between, okay, or if you
mm.
have done something extra also from your school or from the textbook, so you can share me that also. I'll tell you. Don't worry.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, we have not done one thing.
What?
Ma'am, like who invented the vaccine,
Okay,
or
this
ma'am, who
these
invented the
scientists
first
are there.
microorganisms, or
Discovery we haven't done. History or
yes, ma'am.
I can say. Okay. So that you can do from your textbook also, dear. History and discovery, there are the names of the scientists only.
Ma'am, like there was
Anything
one
apart from
who
that,
discovered fermentation, ma'am. There was one person, ma'am, like ma'am, I don't, ma'am, Louis, and ma'am, something was his name,
Louis
ma'am,
Pasteur.
Louis. Yes, ma'am, Louis Pasteur. Ma'am, he discovered fermentation.
So, Aman, the rest of the parts rest of the parts we'll cover in the next class. Okay.
Mm.
I think it's
Okay, ma'am.
enough for today. So come prepared because I'm going to ask the questions from you,
Okay, ma'am.
whatever
Sure,
I have
ma'am.
taught you today. And few
Mm.
questions also I'll share as your assignment. So do it and upload it on the.
So, ma'am, can you share it to the admin, ma'am? So, ma'am, that they can share it to me, and
Yeah,
ma'am, then I'll
exactly,
share it to them,
exactly.
and they can share it
Whatever,
to you.
anything, any topic which is extra or what we have not done, you can share the name of those topics also. And if you
Okay,
want
sir.
to share
Okay,
something
ma'am.
or discuss that also, you can share through them. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So it's enough for today. And in the next class, inshallah, we'll complete this whole chapter. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
We'll leave the class
Okay, ma'am. Bye.
now. And come with your doubts also.